Welcome to an episode of Otome O'clock.
Hello. Tonight we're playing Alaris by Crescence Studio.
Well, first we
I'm just announcing what we're doing tonight.
First we introduce ourselves, then we introduce the game. Eventually we'll get our shit together. We're only on almost 20 episodes in. It's like, hello, this is game. Like at the end, bye. Like there's steps in between.
Let's see.
I'm Ashlee A. Button. My name's right there.
My name is Meg and this is Otome O'clock. And let's see, we started last August. This is April, May, June, July. So we're about 4.5 months till our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, that's dangerously close. So what is Otome O'clock? We play indie otome and visual novels, and we voice them for your pleasure? Question mark?
Yeah.
Megan and myself, we are actually sisters, so things get really awkward really quick.
Yeah.
Mostly on my end. You just remain stoic and unchanging while I melt as the shit really hits the Uwu fan.
Yeah.
I think the spiciest we have gotten, it was one episode of Maid Marian where things got really sexy.
But that's because it was like the full game, and everything else we've played is basically demos except for A Date with Death.
Yeah, that one was really
cute. But that only has spicy DLC. Well, A Date with Death and Groom of Gallagher Manor both have spicy scenes, but they're DLC spicy scenes.
Mm-hmm. So we're trying to keep it like PG-13. We're not trying to get fucking wild in the streets out here.
One day I really hope we can play Angelique, which is like the first Otome game. That just requires a particular
set of skills.
We
need the Liam Neeson of Otome games. I don't have a lot of money, but what I do have is a certain set of skills.
Oh god, what did it come out? It came out in like the early 90s.
Was it a romance? Well, it was the first Otome game, so yeah, it would be a romance.
It's a combination romance and tactical game.
Okay.
The thing is, you might need... Some people would perhaps play it with an emulator.
Was it available on a console, or was it a PC game?
Ooh, I put my cell phone away.
You were being a good person. You put your phone away.
And now I don't remember. I know Angelique is on a console. It's Japanese, so I would assume a Nintendo console. It might be
or Sega.
Sega.
But depending on when it came out.
It might be on PlayStation.
Well, you said early 90s?
Early 90s.
It would have been Sega.
Mid 90s.
Sega,
because
Nintendo,
like more
Super
games
Nintendo.
have come out, and like there was a redo, but like the easiest version would be to do it on emulator.
Well, if there's a Steam version available, we can look at that.
I don't think there's a Steam version. Well, you're on the computer. Google Angelique on Steam.
Oh, let me just like derail the entire show and pull up Steam. Wait, I can do that on my phone.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say you could put up the art, and then you have multiple screens. Actually.
Yeah, and all of them are occupado. You're awfully demanding. You want to produce the show? That's what I thought. So what do we got going on with the Otome news, Megan?
As soon as we're done playing Alaris, the extended demo for Twin Coves by Wisteria Games should be out, so we can play that. Alaris is a long demo.
Okay.
That is partially voiced, but the Twin Coves demo is not voiced at all.
We got this. We did Lost in Limbo. We can do this too.
Yeah.
Lost in Limbo was... That's a lot. That's a very wordy visual novel.
Yeah. But the good news about Twin Coves is that you can choose what the protagonist looks like.
Oh, speaking of what the protagonist looks like.
We
have some official artwork for Otome O'clock. And we're going to share it with the class. Ladies and gentlemen, and thems of all ages, I would like to introduce you to the one and only Autofill. Let's go. This artwork was done by Vera and Inspector Vera?
Ashlee, I don't see it on the second screen.
Well, it should be there. Well, you're not going to see it on the second screen because it's on the stream, nerd.
Oh. The art is beautiful.
And the art is by Vera. Inspector Vera's in the chat. Shout out to Inspector Vera.
The art is actually beautiful. I've seen it several times at this point. I like it a lot. I don't know if in the demo for Twin Coves we can make autofill, but hauntingly, the basic female MC looks a lot like if Ashlee and I were merged into one person.
Oh God!
Like they're pale, they have pale eyes, and like very dark. Well, we have dark brown hair, but they have black hair.
Jealous. Takes me like 3 bottles of hair dye to even get close to dyeing all this hair.
And then like 2 days later.
Forgot that alert was there. Scared the fuck out of myself.
And then like 2 days later, after you dye your hair black, your hair's brown again.
Yeah, pretty much. My hair grows real fast. So that is the wonderful and magical Autofill, who is our character. Whenever we play an Otome or visual novel that requires character creation, our official character is Autofill.
Yeah.
They are a shape changer that can, in our lore, goes to different realities, different universes or worlds.
To try and find a love.
I guess you could say they're like an Otome isekai protagonist.
Except they're isekaiing themselves. They don't need no goddamn truck coon.
No, they are the truck coon sometimes. So that being said, shall we start this game, Megan?
Did you see if Angelique was on Steam?
No. You want to continue vamping for a time while I look that up?
So, let's see. Alaris will take us at least 2 weeks. Twin Coves will take us at least 2 weeks. That puts us to June. I'm not sure what we're gonna play after Alaris and Twin Coves. If anybody has ideas in the chat.
I'm guessing Angelique is spelled with a Q, right?
Yes, there's a Q in there. The problem is there's so many visual novels that have yanderes or like...
Oh wow, that is old school fucking shoujo shit going on in there.
Oh yeah, Angelique is like just ancient shoujo. Ancient isekai shoujo. It's got a little bit of that, what was that anime in the 90s? Fushigi Yugi?
A little bit, yeah. Or old school Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Well, Fushigi Yugi because just a random girl was...
Oh, that's the problem. Angelique was never released in North America.
Yes, that is going to be a problem on our end. Don't worry, there are people who have translated it. It's just going to take a lot of work on Megan's end, Megahan's end.
And people were like, they thought like, no Americans want to watch this. It's just about a couple of schoolgirls in Japan. No one cares. I'm like, bro.
There are translations out for Angelique. It's just, I would be doing this. I have to get the translation, and we both have to have it up. And then we have to sync it up with what's going on in-game while we're reading it off our tablets or whatever.
I'm trying to see if there's a way we can find...
I think there might have been something where someone was trying...
Angelique Otome game. It was a Super Nintendo game.
Super Nintendo.
We'd have to get a copy, because of course you'd always buy a copy of a game if you're going to play an emulator, because you have to own a physical copy.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No pirating here.
What is that word? I don't even know what that word is.
I don't... Pirate? What do you mean?
Pirates? I don't want to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag for pirates, you know what I mean? Or Sea of Thieves. Anyway, Adam is hanging out in the back. He is just chilling. He's playing zombie games. He is not here. He is here yet not here.
We are enjoying his company, but he is not part of the stream.
So, Megan, do you want to start?
Yes, we are playing Alaris, which, like, there are dragons and such and stuff like that in Alaris, but, like, It's fantasy, but not like...
Are we gonna smooch dragons? Can I smooch a dragon?
The closest you're getting is Daruk. Okay?
Okay.
He's the one with the horns. It's very easy to tell.
I like how pretty this sounds.
Yeah. Ding, ding. Let's go bike bell. Oh, go into options first.
Oh, that's loud as fuck.
Let's see. Transitional, window mode, BGM, voice volume. Okay. So there's nothing we need to worry about there.
I'm gonna turn those SFX down a little bit.
You know, I was gonna say there should be like a zombie apocalypse romance sim where you're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse and date people. But then I remembered I played that game.
Oops, I think I accidentally started the game. Oh boy, here we go. Wait, no? Alright. Okay, you were saying?
But then I remembered I played that game, but it was one of those games where you have to essentially pay money. It was like a mobile game, but you had to pay money to unlock the routes, which is kind of garbo. Because like, oh, you can just wait 6 hours to get more stamina to play the game.
Ugh.
It had a great, interesting, fun plot. There was a yandere who killed half of the original survivor group so that he could be closer to you.
That reminds me of the webcomic Stalker X Stalker, which is about two yandaris that fall in love and that fall in obsession with each other. But it's okay because they're both yandari for each other. So they're both hyper obsessed. And oh my god, the game is auto starting, I think. Or is it just playing the trailer?
I don't know.
Ah! Also, Vera, if you were trapped, I'm glad you're free now. So, by the way, I was missing y'all, but now I'm free. I'm glad you're free. We have been like on vacation hiatus.
We have been on vacation. We actually just got back from vacation.
Yeah.
Sunday.
And I'm trying to refigure out how I want to stream stuff going forward. Because I know I want to do Otome O'clock. It's just other stuff is fun and weird.
Oh, that's what we should have said. We should have said that we're going to try and see if we can stream Stardew Valley.
Yes, come watch us play Stardew Valley. We're going to test out some stuff maybe tomorrow. We'll see how things go. Fuck it, we'll do a down and dirty test stream. Ugh, gross. Ugh. Oh, they're pretty though.
Etza's nice. They're a healer.
Oh, love a healer.
We're gonna see.
Always treat your clerics well.
Fenir, my smoochels.
Your smoochels? Is he angry?
Autistic to autistic communication. They're a librarian.
Compassion calls, but hate loves Steve. Like, oh my. This is very pretty. Actually made the decision before the show started that I'm going to be starting off as narrator and main character. We're going to see how that goes. It is a little loud. Let me fix that.
I find it funny that this one's kind of loud because when we were editing the last stream, it turned out it was real quiet. We had to up the gain.
It was all over the place. Last episode was a mess. We got all the work done in that episode. I go to upload it. I'm like, all right, cool, it's fine. And I was sharing a link with my friend over during the convention. Here I find out, bitch had been processing for a week and a half, and I'm like, the fuck are you doing, YouTube? You are killing me right now. So I had to delete the whole thing and re-upload it. So we all just got to watch the trailer.
Yeah. Alaris. I'll read this, fuck it.
Okay.
Alaris is a tale currently in progress. Like many things in nature, time may change some of its elements. Indeed, aspects of the story may transform before the final product. New components of the narrative may be discovered, and the way in which one navigates the world of Alaris may alter. With that said, it is our hope that this story, as it is discovered thus far, is to your liking. We all carry scars with us, wounds that have healed with time, but that may still be sensitive. This story may touch on some of these wounds. A tale that covers attempted assault, kidnapping, stalking, a tale that contains mild language, violence, and sexual content.
Nope.
While it is not our intent to inflict harm through this story, we caution you to know your boundaries and the wounds you may carry.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, just before we get into this game, I want to say something about it. Oh, wait, no. We're in the game. Ashlee, you have to talk now.
The world you've come to is different now. In an era long past, dragons roamed these lands, masters of the aether, harbingers of justice, keepers of peace. In an era long past, humans roamed these lands, but these beings were different from the ones of today. These beings were selfish, ignorant, destructive. Thrust into a land beyond their control, humans created a magic of their own, one built from their own cunning. They called it technology. Cyberpunk 2077 cuts in. Technology was powerful, so powerful it rivaled even the might of the dragon protectors. But their magic had a price. Unable to harness the power of the aether, human magic stole from that of nature.
Stop, monster! How could you do this? Ah! What have we done?
Chaos descended. Darkness spread through the land, poisoning the hearts of many. Until hope became a luxury few could afford. On a still, moonless night, a ritual was conducted. One with the power to reverse the destruction that ravaged these lands. But came at a terrible cost. And so marked the end of an era, and with it, the end of a powerful species. That's right. In an era long past, dragons roamed these lands, masters of the aether, harbingers of justice, keepers of peace. But these beings are no more. And in exchange for their noble sacrifice, all others were slowly able to recover. And recover they did.
What's this? Hey, look! Magic. Could it be?
In an era long past, humans roamed these lands. These beings were selfish, ignorant, destructive. But these beings were different from the ones of today. For you see, the dragons of lore left behind more than peace. They left behind their magic, magic that humans could now access. With these newfound powers at their fingertips, humans carried on the legacy of peace left behind by the dragons. Thus began the dawn of a new age. At least, this is how the story of that world is told. And you, stumbling before me, still so full of potential, how do you play into all of this? I see you do not even have a name yet. Oh? You do have a name? Very well. What is it?
Whoa! Otto. Phil.
Otto Phil. How strange. Then I shall know you as Otto Phil. How does one refer to you in this world? Please choose all pronouns you would like to use.
They, them is good. That's all.
Excellent. I am all the more wiser now. And how would you like others to view you?
Neutral.
I see.
You guys couldn't hear it, but Adam made a joke.
So it would be right to say autofill prefers neutral terms and goes by they, them?
Yes.
Is this right? This can't be changed later.
Yes.
Very good. Did you know? Humans believe the personality to be a mighty force, shaping much of their experience, their interactions, their relationships. Will you choose to be brave? kind, wise, charismatic, or perhaps a blend. At times when it is unclear, there may be resources to aid you. You see, I have a gift, a codex, if you will. This codex may guide you during moments of confusion. Simply hover over the terms of this age, and you will deduce their meaning. You would like a demonstration? Very well, let us practice. A term used often in this age is energy. Energy. Energy.
Magic that flows through all of nature. It is in the air we breathe, the water we drink, and all living beings that walk the land. This is the gift given to us by the dragons sacrificed from ere long ago. Fish don't have energy.
Fish don't have energy?
All living beings that walk the land.
Well, fuck fish.
Fuck fish.
Fish don't have souls. Confirmed.
Or dolphins. Correct, Adam.
Willow and Chad, humanity fucking shit up as per usual. That's a fucking fact. I hope this tool is of use to you. Keep it as a gift from me to you. Oh, you doubt my goodwill? How amusing. You're a wise for your age, so be it. You have seen through me. In exchange for this present, entertain me a while longer. Dawn approaches, and I find myself having many questions about you. Let's start with something simple. Who do you aspire to be?
Okay, so just before this goes on further, this is a personality quiz
Okay.
that the game is giving us.
Okay, what kind of personality does Otto have?
I don't feel like protector. I'm not sure about healer. Maybe scholar, only because every time I think of scholar in regards to autofill, I think about having to read that microscopic script in Date with Death.
Oh my god. So, scholar?
Yeah. That was wisdom.
Ah, yes. The abyss of the unknown is endless. Isn't it exciting to uncover life's hidden mysteries? Interesting. I feel I know you better already. Another question, then. Love for fucking reading the tutorial. What terrifies you? What terrifies Otto?
I think loss. That's kindness.
What is more devastating than having a deep connection with someone and losing it? But perhaps we should talk of more hopeful things. Tell me, what do you long for? A double-decker bologna sandwich! Sorry, that's a reference to Troll 2.
I was gonna say romance. But,
Romance.
you know what? Freedom. Because somebody's isekaiing themselves across the fucking universes.
Universi? So often, people feel trapped by the norms and natural laws around them. To live freely, however you desire, must be liberating. Your wish is inspiring. May you find it one day. Strength will be needed for this journey of yours. Fortunately, I see great strength within you. But none of us are without weakness. What may be a personal obstacle on your way to your aspirations?
Ooh. 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 What do you think, Ashlee? I feel like unyielding stubbornness. Kind of in a way, like, if Otto wants to know or do something, they're gonna do and or figure it out.
Just to be a dick.
They're just like, I'm gonna, I just had this thought about, click unyielding stubbornness, but I just had this thought about Otto's, let's call it non-humanoid form.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun if they kind of,
Willow agrees, stubbornness.
I was gonna say Star Spawn from Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they kind of look like that, but then I remembered I don't know what Star Spawn looked like. And my thought was some sort of goo being.
Do you want me to look up Star Spawn real quick?
Yeah, just like real quick.
Just like so quick. Like you blink and miss it. Hey, can you open Google? Jesus Christ. Like pulling fucking teeth, man.
Sorry, I just remembered a scene in one of those yandere dating simulators.
They keep giving me pictures of fucking Cthulhu.
Astounding.
There's Star Spawn of Cthulhu. I'm like, bitch, I didn't ask for that. Spawn of Cthulhu. Now, I wonder if you're thinking of the Migo.
Maybe. But Migo's only one thing, isn't it?
I think it's a species. They're like a weird bug-looking thing. It's like a fucking nightmarish bug.
I think Otto's prettier. Well, I'm just gonna go for now some sort of goop monster in my brain.
Okay.
A goop monster
are you
made of...
thinking of a Shoggoth?
Is a Shoggoth a goop monster? Are you sure a Shoggoth doesn't look like a horse?
They're like a mess of tentacles. They're just a mess. They're just a big old mess.
I'm gonna say for now that
We're answering the hard-hitting questions here tonight.
Autophil's non-humanoid form is an amorphous blob of what looks like space. Which is going to be so easy for Vera to draw one day. Just like an amorphous blob of space.
Like, what? What? Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Yeah, that's apparently what Megan thinks Otto looks like. A fucking Star Spawn. Or no, a Shoggoth from Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Otto gives himself a bit of a glow up every time they go into a different world.
Yeah.
It's a fart from Rick and Morty. I don't know. I think we've derailed enough.
Yeah, we derailed enough.
I have so much shit to cut out already. Good stuff. Alright. Pride is a trait often possessed by humans. It can blind them from paths that may be better for them in the long run. This has been enjoyable. What a pleasure to learn more about you. Personality is fascinating. It can embody such varying traits. For you, it seems, wisdom is important. You remind me of the sages of lore. But perhaps you perceive yourself differently. Tell me, how would you describe yourself? Curious?
Curious, yeah.
Like a cat.
We're just wisdom.
I see. Thank you for answering my questions. It has been enlightening. I look forward to seeing what of this life has. I look forward to seeing what this life has in store for you. Chapter 1: A New Dawn.
Once we get into this, we should probably drop down a save.
Little savey blue. Sorry, I was checking something. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. The ad manager's being weird. So I'm like, I can't track time if you're not fucking updating yourself. All right, you slut. Fine, be that way.
Ashlee.
Strumpet.
Tart.
Now, as much as I love seeing you, I need you to take it easy for a bit, okay?
Then I'll be fine?
You'll be as good as new.
Wow, I can't believe you actually healed me. Nothing's ever worked.
Not to brag, but I do get that a lot.
I bet. Thank you, Autofill. Then I'll be going.
Of course. Hopefully our next session is the last one. The patient left right as I got a message on my communicator.
They do have phones in this world.
Oh, God.
Coming home soon?
Just wrapped up with a patient.
Perfect. Making dinner right now. Can you pick up some eggs?
God damn. Take out a personal loan. You need them tonight?
If you can.
Do I really have to?
If it's too much, don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ. You can hear him. Adam's like, it's excruciating. Like, God damn it. There's a ghost in the room that keeps making egg puns. I don't know who it is.
Also keeps dying at playing a zombie video game.
I'll pick them up. Because I'm a good slime monster.
Because you're a good egg.
I can.
Okay. Be safe. There have been more overtaken incidents.
I will. See you soon.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
The true adult experience. You're still living with your parents.
Aches weighed on my muscles, and I stifled my groan as I packed up my supplies. Maybe I shouldn't have said yes to picking eggs up. Today had been packed with patients, which seemed to be my usual lately. Where are all these patients coming from? I've never had this many cases. My muscles cried out in pain once more, and I groaned, out loud this time, as I shut my eyes. Be a healer, they said. You'll always have job security, they said. I need a vacation. A hot shower, a warm meal, my sweet, sweet bed. They're just all a couple blocks away. So close, yet so... Electric air, the smell of ozone, energy so concentrated it tasted acrid. There was only one thing it could be. An overtaken. My heart rate quickened as I stared into the inhuman void of their eyes, the blurred outline of their silhouette. If I move carefully, maybe I can still... Hands reached for me. The energy in the air crackled, closer than before.
Elbow their back.
Duck and kick their feet from under them. Falcon kick! I tackled them to the ground. Pinning their arms back, I pressed against the overtaken and scanned their body. Ooh. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Dull waves of energy rolled off them, hiding the root of the irregularities, the reason for their overtaken state. Right? Overtaken. A mysterious and dangerous entity that has made its terrifying appearance in recent years. Little is known about them, their only established characteristics being a mindless state and overflowing energy. Alright, energy, we already looked at that in the tutorial. Okay. Come on! Sharp electric energy zipped past me, narrowly missing my left cheek. There! Near their left shoulder, their iridescent energy bubbled, different from everywhere else. I held my hand over it. Vocal one, aren't you? Just work with me here. Or don't. I channeled my energy toward their shoulder. The familiar warm feeling of my magic radiated from my hand. Slowly, mine intertwined with theirs until the bubbling settled. The overtaken relaxed, the sharp bolts of electricity ceasing soon after. Whew! Cautiously, I released them as I shifted my focus to their vitals. Everything seems stable. The overtaken incidents really are rising. This is the 5th one I've run into just this month. Satisfied with this overtaken's condition, I stood, my eyes never leaving their form. Where are they coming from?
Please, step away from that person.
I jumped at the commanding voice and turned to see 2 people approaching me. Drakes? How'd they get here so fast?
Drakes are like cops.
Usually after I subdued and overtaken, drakes took much longer to arrive on site. But on second glance, I could tell these 2 were different. To start, one of them had horns. Hey, you. A physical manifestation of that strong is rare. Strength emanated from him, almost overwhelmingly so, from the self-assured way he carried himself, to his towering frame, to his deep emerald energy. But his partner was no less intriguing. Their energy was as brilliant as the sun, with a kaleidoscope of colors that was even more mesmerizing. It took all my willpower to look away.
Are you hurt?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. It's like, yes, hold me. Help me, I'm poor. I'm a little tired, but otherwise fine. Just got off work, so the last thing I wanted was to run into an overtaken, am I right?
You seem to be rather calm right now. Overtaken are quite dangerous. Most find themselves overwhelmed when encountering one.
Caution slowed his speech, sharpened his gaze. Were they suspicious of me? I guess it makes sense, given how difficult overtaking can be to take down. Believe it or not, I'm pretty used to it. This is my 5th encounter this month.
That's quite the accomplishment. Even drakes can struggle to hold their own against the overtaken.
Well, that's true if you're fighting the overtaken. But considering I was a healer, that was far from what I was doing. Wait, I thought we picked Scholar.
No, your job is a healer.
Okay.
You can still be a nerd and a healer.
Okay. I think you have the wrong idea. Maybe I should start over. My name is Autofill. You might have heard of me. I don't exactly fight the overtaken. I heal them, in a way. Long story short, I stabilize them so by the time help comes like you 2, they're easier to handle.
Oh, I think I've heard of you. You're like a famous healer, right? I didn't even know overtaken could be healed. I thought once they enter that state, they have to be knocked out. And sometimes, even that's not enough.
I'm just imagining them like bonking him over the head with a stick until they pass the fuck out.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
I wasn't aware of this either. I wouldn't be surprised if you were actually the only person who knew this.
I'm actually going to go into options real quick because their voices are super fucking low. Crank down the background music because it's a bit much.
Healing them. This could change everything about how we deal with the overtaken.
He gestured towards the overtaken.
Do you mind if I take a look?
No, go ahead. As I stepped aside, he knelt and surveyed the overtaken with a surprising amount of expertise.
Interesting. Their vitals are normal, and there's no sign of serious injuries.
He rose, turning toward me, the natural glimmer in his eye now even more apparent.
Usually, I prefer to get to know someone before requesting so much. But your knowledge could help us tremendously at Central. Your approach is certainly more effective than what we've been doing.
Central, a governing structure in town. Central provides an array of services to the townspeople and acts as a centralized party where we can seek healing, education, and protection. The government.
The gooberman.
Would you be willing to lend us your talents, even if just your insight? I think it would help us and the Overtaken if we could use your method instead.
I mean, just like not straight up suplexing them. Maybe like try something else first. Let me just punch the sun real quick.
Though, I understand you must be quite busy, considering your renown.
Ruby strands grazed my shoulder. Their breath tickled my ear as they whispered to me. Ooh.
That being said, I'm sure we could reach an arrangement that would make everyone happy.
Oh, do tell. I could hear the smile in their voice. They were enjoying this. Oh, please, let Otto be a fucking slut. Please, please, please. I love making Otto a hoe. Before I could stop myself, my hands were on their chest, pushing them away. No, Otto! Let it happen. My push barely did anything, their frame far sturdier than I had imagined. But my intent was clear. They hastily stepped back, their hand over their chest, seemingly surprised at the sudden contact more than anything.
Ooh.
The dark-haired Drake, on the other hand, appeared to be more than amused at the turn of events.
About time someone rejected you. That's what you get for flirting on the job.
I sincerely apologize. My partner may be right. If you'll excuse my actions, I do think there is an arrangement to be had here.
Their eyes seemed to plead that I reconsider the situation. Yes, well, lending my talents, I was so burned out. I wasn't even sure how feasible that was, with how serious the Overtaken crisis seemed to be. I'm sure at the very least I can share some insight.
Of course. That's more than we could ever hope for.
The horned Drake crouched near the Overtaken, eyeing it before shifting to pick it up. Oh, do you need help?
No worries, I got it.
He placed his arms underneath the body and with one motion effortlessly lifted the Overtaken off the ground. Wow, he makes it look so easy.
Do you normally carry these on your own after you've knocked them out?
Oh, not usually, no.
So, then what do you usually do?
Well, usually I didn't want to finish that sentence, especially not after watching him pick up the Overtaken like it was a stuffed animal. But now that I had started to answer, I had to see this through. Say it like it's the most normal, logical thing in the world. Then he won't even bat a lash. Well, you see, usually I just leave them there. It almost worked. For a second, he nodded, as if it was normal to leave unconscious Overtaken in alleys. See, the thing is, I don't. I just leave him there. I figure everything will work itself out in the end. But then realization settled in as he processed my words. Listen. His body shook with laughter as I tried to explain myself. You wouldn't believe how long my days are, and I usually... There's a Drake somewhere close by. Sorry if I... His laughter only grew, and I knew no defense in the world could save me now.
Drook, you're being rude.
Yeah, Drook. After being scolded by his fellow Drake, Drook's laughter slowly subsided. Drook, is that your name?
That's what they call me. The prick with the no sense of personal space is Kane.
Kane with a Y, how sexy.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We're both Drakes, but I'm sure you were able to gather that much by now. We can take this Overtaken with us and handle things from here.
You taking the Overtaken?
But if you are free right now, we could also try and meet with Kimura.
Kimura? Like the head of Central? My mouth went dry at the thought of meeting the intimidating leader.
Don't worry, we won't let him bite. Just follow us, and you'll be golden. Hopefully your bad luck with the Overtaken won't rub off on us.
No promises. As we walked, my muscle soreness, previously forgotten, returned with a vengeance. I sighed, acutely aware that we were getting further and further from the sanctity of my bed. Goodbye, bed. I'll only be gone for a little longer. Before me were the two drakes I had just gotten acquainted with and Kimura, the well-known and respected head of Central, whose time I was sure was hard to come by. I saw it myself. Oh, my bad.
I saw it myself. Autofill heals the Overtaken. Where's Etsu when you need them, right? I'm sure they have their hands full with other matters, per usual. But the point remains, perhaps we've been approaching the crisis all wrong. If the Overtaken are meant to be healed and not subdued, I understand. And Autofill, this was your 5th encounter with an Overtaken?
Oh, yes, sir.
No need to be so formal. 5th encounter this month, they said. Just this month. Then your approach must be effective. They also leave the Overtaken at Alaris.
Thanks, Druk. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. You didn't have to mention that part.
Yes, now that I think about it, I do remember reports of unconscious Overtaken being found in Alaris.
Guilty.
Autofill, how familiar are you with the energy crisis?
Oh, intimately. We need to find a way to separate ourselves from fossil fuels and find more renewable forms of energy production. Oh, you meant magic.
You know what? Let's just say the crisis. I'm sure they'll fucking explain it.
Okay, no need to look at me like that.
The energy crisis has affected much of the world. Over the past century, we've noticed significant changes in energy. There's less of it, and what still exists has grown increasingly unstable. Even the springs are no longer safe. If we don't find a solution soon...
Yeah, I get it. But what does it have to do with the Overtaken?
One of our members, someone quite attuned to energy, noticed something in the Overtaken. The pattern of instability observed in the spring's energy mirrors that of the Overtaken.
Right, springs, what are those? Natural havens where energy exists in its purest and strongest form. These areas are considered sacred. Of late, various springs have demonstrated instability for the first time in centuries. All right. We need to take a break because my mouth is dry. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's a lovely drink of water.
Agua.
Agua. Agua. All right, so last we left off, we were meeting with the head of Central,
Yes.
Kimura, and talking to some cute boys we might be able to smooch later.
Might be able to smooch later. We have reason to believe that the two crises are related.
Related? How is that possible? Does that mean by offering to help with the Overtaken crisis, I'm able to help with the energy crisis? But those two are entirely different things. Healing an Overtaken, I can do. Healing an entire spring?
What do you think, Autofill?
I didn't know what to think. The two crises being connected were sending my brain into overdrive.
It's a lot to take in, and we haven't given you much time to digest it either. But what I said earlier still stands. Whatever arrangement makes you happiest.
Even if it's just sharing insight.
Absolutely.
Then I can start this week. Line.
You sure there's no rush? we're asking a lot from you.
I'm sure. After all, this is important. I'll help whenever I can.
In that case, I'll arrange for a meeting between you and Etsa tomorrow. The sooner we can relay this information, the better. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
I nodded in response as the others ended the meeting. So the Overtaken and the energy crisis are related? My mind was still reeling from the shock of the connection. I thought Overtaken incidents were supposed to be random. If they were related to the energy crisis, then the Overtaken were just one of the many awful consequences to the energy crisis. During the meeting, Kimura had implied another. A world without energy. Countless legends warned of the era when humans had no magic. Dark clouds that loomed over the sky, greed that corrupted everything it touched. I didn't want that. If I can change things for the better, why wouldn't I?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Hello? Huh? Behind me stood a shrouded figure clothed in the shadows of the night. Moonlit danced off porcelain skin, sharp amethyst eyes leered at me. A chill crawled down my back. Who?
I've spent quite a while trying to find you. I hope you plan on making it up to me for all my lost time.
Everything in me screamed, run! I spun around, set on doing just that. Then I noticed his big man tits. They seized my wrist and pulled me against them. Pain shot up my arm. Ouch! And just as easily as he had stopped my previous movements, the stranger's hand clamped over my mouth, forcing silence. With barely a breath between us, as though he was part of the shadows themselves, he whispered,
It'll cause a lot of trouble if someone sees me, so I can let you do that.
Meep.
Sorry, little one.
This bitch.
I shut my eyes. There had to be something I could do. But fear drowned out all reason, gripping my heart and refusing to free me from its clutches. Punch him in the penis. Please, somebody, anybody. Anything to get me out of here. And then the universe answered my prayers.
Get down!
Everybody, get down! Nothing else needed to be said. Energy brushed past us, colliding into my kidnapper. The pressure against my back, around my wrists, and over my mouth disappeared. Grabbing hold of this chance for safety, I pushed them away and ran. I crashed into someone, but whether they were friend or foe... No!
Hey, are you alright?
I am now. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Fenrir.
As I came to my senses, turquoise hair and a matching set of crystal eyes faded in and out of vision. His hands reached for me, but stopped. Where? Who? Wait, the coughing was gone. I turned my gaze back over the alley, only to find an empty street. They're gone.
Looks like they ran away.
I could barely hear him over the sound of my heart thrumming against my eardrums with enough force my head ached. Adrenaline coursed through me. A tingling sensation crept across my face as the events that just unfurled sank in.
Do you know that person?
He spoke in a quiet voice, not dissimilar from the stranger earlier. And yet, his voice was so distinctly different. Where the stranger from before spoke in a low, raspy, rushed manner, the man before me now was gentle, clear-tempered. I shook my head. They came out of nowhere. I tried to leave, but they... My voice shook as I spoke.
Are you hurt?
I shook my head again. My words caught in my throat, and I forced myself to speak. I think I'm okay. Just shaken up.
Can you stand or walk? It's probably best if we get you somewhere safer.
I nodded. I didn't want to be here a second longer. The stranger stood and offered his hand to me. I took it, gently pulling myself up. But even the small action was too much for my body, and I stumbled toward him. Oh!
Stay
in true
here.
Otome fashion.
Stay here.
Stay here. It's safe in the boobas.
I like how that was the wisdom choice. Like, ah, yes, the smart choice.
As embarrassing as it might be, I'm clearly in no shape to be moving right now. My dizziness slowly settled. As it did, I could finally register how stiff the stranger was under my touch. This close, I could see every detail of his flustered expression. And still, he hadn't pushed me away. Sorry, I think I got up too fast. He made a soft noise in acknowledgement, but made no movement beyond that. I stayed there until I no longer needed to, and finally I shifted away. A soft pressure left my lower back, and it was only then that I realized he had been holding me up this entire time. Scandalous. Gently caressing my lower back. Okay. Red hues continued to dapple his cheeks.
Do you need help getting anywhere? I can walk with you, if you want.
So cute. I think I'm okay. Thank you, though. I smiled, trying my best to convey my gratitude.
If you're close by, I guess that's all right then. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, so...
He shifted his weight as if unsure. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. That guy seemed pretty shaken up. I don't think I'll be seeing him anytime soon.
If you think you'll be okay, I'll go. Here, my communicator information.
There you
in
go. Give me
case
that
you need
number,
it.
baby. Give me them digits. Give me them runes. His name appeared on my screen, glowing back at me. Fenrir.
I hope you get to where you're going safely.
Thanks for everything. He nodded, and I hurried home, wary of running into any more strangers for the night. Oh my god, the fucking eggs.
Did we get the eggs?
I don't think we ever got the fucking eggs. You know what? We should have... Before we just offered our services as Central, we should have said, do we get a steady supply of eggs? I will only work for you unless eggs are provided on time every time. I will take my pay as in my weight in eggs.
Your weight in eggs. God damn.
That's a lot of eggs. Hey, it's an egg economy. Think of what you get the resale value of an egg.
Egg economy.
It's an I stared at the array of foliage around me. Today I was scheduled to meet with Etsa, but after yesterday's chaos, this morning had been rough. And to add to my misery, I was now completely lost. Where am I? How does anyone get around this place? All the walkways look the same. Druk said Etsa is the head of the Wyverns. Working with someone like that. Wyverns, healing branch of Central. Wyverns are known for their mastery of the energy and or potion knowledge and are often sought after for their ability to cure an array of conditions. I didn't want to disappoint them, especially on my first day. But at this rate, no, it's okay. I still have some time before I'm late. No need to freak out. No need to freak out. I'm freaking out. Which one, Megan?
Down the left hallway. Hello, can I help you?
At this point, I was no longer surprised. When a kind soul tried to offer me directions, I turned. Only to stand face to face with an ethereal beauty. Long, lavish robes hung elegantly from a tall, slender figure. White, glistening hair perfectly framed, striking aquamarine eyes. I stood in awe. This was no ordinary kind soul. This was an angel. Okay, Otto, calm the fuck down. The angel's brows furrowed slightly.
Can I help you?
I do. I mean, oh. I snapped out of my trance. What is wrong with me? Otto's all horned up. Hi, actually I'm supposed to meet with Etsa. Do you happen to know where I could find them?
Ah, you must be Autofill?
How do they know my name? Maybe they actually were an angle. Noticing the surprised look on my face, they chuckled a smooth, alluring laugh. I nearly fell for them all over again.
Sorry, allow me to start over. I'm Etsa.
This angle was Etsa? Listen, I know that the word is angel, but it's far more hilarious for me to say angle.
It's an honor to finally meet. I've heard so much about you.
You've heard about me? If Druck told them about how I leave overtaken in the alleys, I swear to God.
You're a bit of a household name around here. Autofill, the healers whose powers rival even our head wyvern. And to think you've even healed the overtaken. It's an honor.
It's about a gesture that was almost regal. That was almost regal on them. I don't know why I struggle with that sentence.
Bow back! Bow back!
Why is there quick time events? I could have died. Nothing like the white hot panic of a fucking quick time event. Why you scare me? I returned the gesture as if on instinct and bowed back. Hopefully it looked as graceful on me as it did on them. Please, I'm just doing my best to help. There's no need to treat me as someone so special. My heart skipped a beat when Etza met my gaze.
Oh. The stories I've heard would disagree. But if that's what would make you more comfortable, I'm happy to oblige.
Etza turned, gesturing for me to follow them.
Come, I'll show you to where we're to meet.
Ha! I was close. I was about to head down this walkway before Etza showed up. We made a seemingly endless amount of turns. Yeah, there's no way I would have found this on my own. Thank you for saving me, Etza.
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, Etza, I've been looking for you. Etza, about the other day. Thank you so much for your help. My son has been feeling...
As we made our way to their office, I couldn't help but notice the attention Etza received. Calling it overwhelming would be an understatement. Do they deal with this all the time? And yet they hardly skipped a beat as they murmured words of acknowledgement to everyone we passed. Then their crystalline eyes turned to meet mine.
Here we are.
I stepped inside, and everything from today's worries to yesterday's fatigue to burdens I'd forgotten I carried melted away. In its place, there was only peace.
Would you like something to drink?
Could I have...
Spiders?
coffee? Soda. No, coffee. They nodded before turning to make themselves a cup of tea.
Oh, Ashlee, if you hit F at the bottom of the screen, it's next to save. It'll show you how, what the current percent of luggage the characters have for you. And I
don't know who Isa is, but they love me.
You haven't met them yet.
Oh,
Wait,
okay. Then how do I have such a high affinity with them?
like you have a 1% for Kuna.
I don't think I've met them yet.
You have.
Oh. Fuck that guy. Probably kicked him in the balls. Alright, we'll save.
Yeah, let's drop a little savey poo. Back to game. Don't exit from the game entirely.
I'm gonna exit the whole thing. I'm shutting it down.
You exit it so hard you delete OBS from your computer.
Oh God. Megan, I have to change the size of your face.
Am I too close? Am I too close? How about now?
No, I just need to... I think that'll work. That way everyone... it was getting too compacted with the way that everything is kind of laid out with the text so people could see it.
Listen, Geeked Out may not have any official sponsors, but God, I wish Throat Coat was one of them so I could have an infinite supply.
We don't want money. We just want Throat Coat. If you could just send us some.
It's so... Like, its taste is, like, interesting, but the way it makes your throat feel...
I mean, scandalous. It tastes like flowers. It tastes like a bouquet of flowers. I hate tea and I can drink it without any sugar or cream.
Yeah, Ashley. The only tea Ashley and I drink is Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey,
Yeah.
not diet.
Fuck that. I'll just drink the regular tea. I don't care about diet because it just tastes so bad.
Yeah. They nodded before. Oh,
That was my line and I already did it, so you need to calm your ass down over there, okay? Your office? I like to think Etsa was making those noises only when they make tea. I'm like, wow, that's so not hot.
Do you like it?
Not when you make those noises. I've never felt anything like it. It's a fucking office, bro. It's like it was made to calm me down. The tea or the office?
In a way, it was.
Is this chloroform? Did you just make chloroform tea? Their musical chuckle rang through the air. I could feel myself getting addicted to the sound of it.
Calm down, Otto. I've spent a long time getting my office to feel, well, less like an office and more like me.
They're pumping the fucking chloroform through the HVAC vents. Ah! Whatever they had done, it worked. The way the energy in here moved, softly and delicately, emulated Etza's own demeanor.
They're just really good at feng shui. Here.
Yeah. They handed my drink to me and I thanked them as we both sat at their desk.
So tell me about your experiences with the Overtaken. This is now a job interview.
0 out of 10 would not recommend. Well, in just the past month, I've encountered 5 Overtaken. I've picked up some self-defense over the years. As a healer, I'm sure you can relate to the occupational hazard. Patients that lash out subconsciously, whether from pain or utter confusion. I can only imagine how many times Etza has experienced that as a wyvern. So usually when an Overtaken attacks, I can at least subdue them. Just right at the kneecaps. Or grab them by the balls, if they have them. You see, what you do is you grab, and you twist. And that will subdue almost anything.
Unless they have nothing to grab.
Sometimes if you wedge it in and just start pulling at stuff, they will be so shocked at what just occurred, they'll just stop. That's when I try to find where the energy is off. Where their energy is off. So I'm guessing disturbance in the force, irregularities.
Bad vibes.
Bad feng shui.
Do you mind explaining what you mean by off?
Damn, there really is an interview. Most of the time, the energy looks erratic, unstable. It's not flowing naturally, or it's heavily concentrated in one area. Sometimes it's moving weird, or it feels disconnected from the person.
You can see it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can? Seeing energy was so natural to me, I almost forgot it wasn't the case for others.
Oh, yeah, you're just
I was just
a demigod.
You can't see it? Oh, that's right, I'm weird. I'm pretty sensitive to energy. Sorry if that was weird to say.
Actually, I understand. I'm the exact same. Well, I can't see energy, but I can sense it. Shifts in energy, the flow of it. I can feel it all. It's how I was able to get my office this way. I've never met anyone who's been able to do the same. We're soulmates.
Oh my god. Unhidden intrigue and wonder shone in their eyes. Silence extended between us. They held me in their gaze, and I felt a tug in my chest when they looked away.
That's not entirely what we're here to talk about, though. We're here for the Overtaken.
We can talk about this more later. Well, I don't mind, or how flirty we gonna be? We're gonna make Otto a hoe?
We can talk more about this later.
We can talk more about this later.
Wisdom. Oh, that's you.
Oh. As much as I love talking about this, I'd feel guilty if we didn't talk about the Overtaken.
Of course, that would be the responsible thing to do. Forgive me.
Aw, that was the unsexy way it was responding. I thought it was like, hey, baby, we can talk about anything you want later. As in, we're going to see each other again. Etsa smiled politely, bringing their hand to their chest and bowing. Huh? Okay, I was going to throw in a fucking quick time event. No, it's completely fine, please.
So back to the Overtaken. What do you do once you identify the area of concern?
I paused and thought, how did I heal the Overtaken? Having to actually explain it.
God, that's the worst thing. Like, when you know how to do a thing and then they're like, okay, tell me in words. And you're like,
It's hard to put into words. How about when people are like, Ashlee, how do you just write things? I'm like,
I don't know. They come out of my body.
it's like, how'd you put that all together? How do you think of these things? I'm like, bro, they're just there. I mean, you don't have
just
like a
happens.
constant movie playing in your head.
Yeah, like, I wrote a 4,000 word short story and words just came out of my body and I...
Sometimes I just attain like an altered state of thinking where I just like, whoa. And next thing I know, I look down and I have 20 pages written down in a notebook. I'm like, well, that happened. Ooh, that feels nice. Just daintily closing your tea.
It's alright. Try your best. Maybe I'll understand as someone who can also sense energy.
Okay.
So it's doing like this...
And then there's like,
And you gotta be like...
it's a little different from how I heal people, though. With humans, I stimulate their own energy, help them create more of it to repair what they've lost. With Overtaken, it's more like I stabilize their energy with my own.
Interesting. I'll need some time to decide our next steps.
I know it's not the most concrete information, sorry.
Nonsense. Just knowing there's an alternative is valuable information.
They placed their hand over mine in reassurance, and I stared at our intertwined hands, unsure. Is that true, though? Especially with how serious the energy crisis is? And this fucking economy? This fucking egg economy?
As Ashlee tries to kill me. Your process has the potential to change how we deal with Overtaken. That's nothing to scoff at. We might still have to fucking murder them, though. Now it's simply my turn.
Is that how our partnership works?
It can work however you want it to.
Cue saxophone.
Could you meet with me in a couple of days?
Yeah, I can do that.
I can't emphasize how much we appreciate it.
Do you mean like the royal we? Or is there someone in your pocket?
Thank you for agreeing to work with us. I look forward to the next time we meet.
They're so kind and pretty. I briefly reconsidered the position. I told Kane and Druk, perhaps I could spend more time at Central than I thought. It's full of angles.
Oh, that's you.
As I headed home, I realized I had some free time on my hands. It's been a while since I've been able to take some time for myself. Maybe I should do something? This life of yours moves quickly, relentlessly, without pause. In a life such as this, it's important to take control and decide how you'll spend the pockets of free time you find. Perhaps you'll explore this world, visiting different places every day. Or maybe you'll find comfort in only one place, creating a safe haven for yourself to return to whenever you please. Choose how to pass your time and who to spend it with. But beware. For love is a fickle thing, and rejection is a pain that few can master. With the brief time that you have, will the person you call on share your connection, or will they shy away? How will you choose to spend your time?
All right. Now, of the people we've met so far, who would you like to spend some more time with?
I don't know.
Okay, click the first one. That one, yes.
Maybe I could go to the market? I've been meaning to restock on some of my supplies.
And get some goddamn eggs.
Oh, love of God. Oh, should I invite someone?
Who you want to go with?
I kind of want to go with Fennis.
Veneer?
Fenrir. Oh, see, I initially want to call him Fenrir, who've also been called Fenris. So then I knew it was shorter than Fenrir. It was Fenrir, but
Don't
then I was
worry.
like, Fennis?
Don't
Like,
worry.
oh.
I used to call him Fenrir too.
Ah!
Yeah, dude, you can invite him.
Cute shy boy. Fenrir's calling me?
Autofill?
Fenrir? Did you need something?
No, not quite.
Fenrir mumbled incoherently into my phone. What? Fenrir? He broke his silence with a sigh.
Are you doing anything right now?
That sigh, though. God. Oh, no, I'm free. What's up?
Would you like to do something? Like, together?
Yes, I do. I mean, yes, I would. Yeah, we can. What'd you have in mind?
I can message you. I'll see you soon.
Looks like Fenrir isn't here yet. And still no word from him. I was hoping to go to the healer stall before rush hour. Is it okay if I go ahead? I wanted to get to the healer stall before it gets busy.
Sounds good. No problem.
Let me know when you're here and I'll head over to you. As I ventured into the orange glow of the market, the familiar flag of the healer stall emerged in the distance, billowing overhead. There's little hot dogs on sticks over here. Onigiri. Megan, did I tell you that I wanted to teach myself how to make onigiri?
It's seaweed and triangles.
Yeah, seaweed triangles and like little treats you put in the middle.
Yeah.
Little treats.
Little treats.
Spicy cinnamon, golden St. John's wort, and floral lavender greeted my senses. A glimmering blue flower caught my eye. Oh yes, they have butterfly pea in stock. Oh my god. I searched the stall's offerings, picking up this and that with glee. I'm running low on chamomile too. Ah! Something ran into my side. Oh. Ah! I caught myself on the edge of the stall and looked up to see the cause at a familiar pair of teal eyes. Fenrir? When did he get here?
Sorry, Autofill. This crowd is a little aggressive right now.
As I looked toward him, I realized the crowd in the market had picked up. Yeah, I thought I could get here ahead of the rush hour, but it looks like I was sorely mistaken. Sorry I missed your message. I guess I got lost in my shopping.
No, don't worry about it. I didn't message you. I figured you were busy.
Oh, bless his little tiny bean heart. Oh my god. Can I pick him up and put him in my pocket? What? Fenrir?
It's fine. Besides, I found you, so it all worked out.
But you walked through this huge crowd alone?
It's alright. Oh, is that butterfly pea?
Huh? Oh, yes. I've forgotten about the butterfly pea in my hand.
What do you use it for?
It's been helpful with mitigating the effects of energy crisis, actually. All the toxin imbalances piling up, this does wonders for a lot of my patients.
The energy crisis. It says never mention that.
Are you familiar with herbs, Fenrir?
Not for healing, but I've read about some of their other uses at the library.
Really? Like what?
Well, if you steep butterfly pea in water, it turns into this deep sapphire color.
It does? Does it taste good?
I'm not sure. I haven't tried it myself.
I was a regular at this stall, but I'd never considered the non-healing uses for these herbs. I wonder what else Fenrir knows.
Let's go for the rose.
That's romantic. I plucked a brilliant blue rose from the store's offerings. And what did the library have to say about this?
Blue rose. It's rare, one of the rarest breeds of rose. In the past, it symbolized mystery and the unattainable.
We both As I held the rose up, I admired the way his turquoise eyes looked against it. So it's like you.
Like me? How?
Part of me considered tucking the flower into his hair. How would he react if I did?
Do it!
Guess.
No, thank you.
Let me put the flower in his hair. We continued picking out various items from the stall, sharing what we knew about them with each other. Soon the sound of the bustling crowd faded away. That pressure at my back from the stream of shop-goers eased, and eventually we entered a world of our own. But the time to leave approached, and we were returned to the world of the crowded marketplace. I should go soon. Fenrir made a quiet noise in agreement as he bundled his collection of herbs in his bag. Did you get everything you need?
More than what I needed, actually.
Oh, damn. Okay, Fenrir. Shit.
I couldn't help it. When you told me how to use some of these, I had to get them.
Oh, well, I was hoping you would think about something else.
There's so much they can do when I get back to the library. Sorry.
I'm sorry? For what?
I have a tendency to get carried away. I know some people find it.
You don't have to apologize. His natural curiosity was endearing. I never would have expected talking about herbs make time fly. I had fun today, too. Should we head back? His shoulders relaxed as he smiled back and nodded. Together we walked out of the soft orange glow of the market and into the soft lavender dusk of the evening sky.
Ooh.
I walked home from my last patient as night approached. The town lights slowly came to life, pushing back the darkness of the shadows. As I walked, I clutched my bag close. The scene reminded me of my attacker from last night. My steps echoed through the empty street. Should I take a different way home? No, there's no guarantee I'll be any safer. The area I was attacked came into view, and my grip on my communicator tightened. But as I got closer, faint glimmers of starlight danced in the air. What was that?
Inspect it.
Inspect it. I stepped forward. When a figure standing nearby caught my attention. Adrenaline rushed to my temples. Heart racing, I turned. I wasn't about to relive that encounter again. A flash of gold struck past me, nothing like the cool tones of silver and white from the night before. I slowed, eyeing the silhouette, still wary of it was my assailant from the previous night. No. This is someone different. Hair, golden like the sunlight that filters through the treetops, I shimmered underneath dim lighting. Their clothes were a myriad of greens, like the lush canopies of the forest. They were watching the starlight, too. I inched closer, daring myself to investigate. Do you see it, too? The golden-haired stranger turned, their movements unnaturally smooth, and their cold expression made it clear they hadn't wanted to be disturbed. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I noticed the light, too, and I didn't know what it was, since you were also staring at it. As if every word I said made them reject my presence even more, they scowled, the crease between their brows deepening. Their arms swept upwards, and with it a gust of wind so strong it threatened to uproot me from where I stood, rushed past me. Jeez, I get it. No need to be so dramatic. Wait. I paused and squinted before realizing only now what seemed so odd. It wasn't the eeriness of their golden gaze, or the unusual starlight, or the seemingly endless darkness around us. It was the nothingness that came from them. The complete lack of energy. But how was that? Everything has energy. The clouds, the trees, the air we breathe. To have no energy, what does that even mean? Questions rushed through my mind, but they were ones I had no intention of answering. After last night's attack, I wasn't going to spend time with yet another unfathomable stranger. I ran, focusing only on my destination. A single word echoed through my mind, repeating itself over and over. Safety. I weaved through all the alleys and corners, my breath growing shallow from the physical and mental toll. But I pushed past the strain. I had to. The only thing important to me was getting home.
Are you sure you're all right?
Worried hand grips my shoulders, forcefully turning me around as Mom inspected me. My heart thudded against my chest, finally slowing down from the adrenaline. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sure. I made it home. I may have been in the safety of my living room, but my mind was still elsewhere, specifically where that Starlight and stranger were. Who were they? Where was their energy? How could they cast magic without it? A headache-inducing storm of questions swirled in my mind. I thought I wouldn't need the answers, that these questions and any desire to answer them would be left behind when I ran. But it was clear that it wasn't the case. Mom pulled me from my thoughts and into a hug.
I'm so glad you're okay.
I told you, didn't I? I tried to flash a reassuring smile, failing miserably as I grimaced instead.
What happened? You burst through the door in such a rush, too.
I told her about tonight's mysterious stranger, their investigation of the Starlight, their magic, and their lack of energy.
No energy? How is that possible?
My guess he's an old human somehow. Exactly.
Maybe they have a special kind, one that even you can't see?
Maybe. But as I uttered those words, I knew I didn't believe them. Something tugged at me. Something about this stranger was different. Well, whatever the reason, it's a mystery.
You know what they say about mysteries. You don't remember.
No, am I supposed to?
Grandma used to recite this to you all the time when you were younger.
Clearly she needs to recite it more because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, it was just another thing related to her superstitions. But it went something like this.
Not all mysteries can be explained by the logic of man. Some mysteries beyond man have no logic, have no fate. In the phase of such, keep your wits close, but do not trust them. Trust not yourself, nor your senses, your time, nor your wit. For where time has stopped, but its flow has no end. For where passion calls, but hate runs deep. Heed this warning and do not wait, for laws of nature and laws of man have no logic and have no weight.
Unease crawled down. Oh, that's you.
Unease crawled down my spine as her eerie words hung in the air. You're right. Sounds creepy. Maybe I forgot it for a reason.
Now you'll never forget it.
Thanks, Mom. I'm sure I won't. If only Grandma were here now, what would she have to say about my no-energy mystery?
Oh, she'd probably go on about those creatures she was always talking about. Oh, what were they called again? No, they're not meatballs with teeth, Adam.
You lied.
Ah, that's right. Faye.
Now you're taking my lines. Well, close enough. She probably did say it. The back of my head tingled. Faye? What a strange word. Chapter 2.
High noon.
Pew, 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 rootin' tootin'.
Choo-choo-choo.
Blah. Cool air brushed past my face, chilling the top of my cheeks. As I close my eyes, I focus on the stillness of the early morning. What do I do about these strange people I ran into? I should probably report it, but to who? Maybe Kimura? Or maybe someone else at Central?
I don't know, one of the hot men you've met recently.
That also includes Kimura, I guess. And yet, I was filled with uncertainty. I didn't know the first thing about these strangers, who they were, or even what they were.
One of them tried to kidnap you, my dude.
Mm-hmm. Faye, was that really what those people were? Great, now I'm turning into Grandma. If I told Central that, they'd think I'm crazy. I don't know what to do. Unwittingly, my pace quickened, as if I could run away from this endless stream of questions. Okay, stop. Breathe. I exhaled. It was shaky, but at least steadier. So much has happened recently. Handling overtaken back to back, being recruited by Central, running into dangerous strangers, it hadn't stopped. I just want someone who will...
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
Autoville?
A clear voice pulled me from my tangled thoughts. Etza. Memories of our meeting, the safe and open space they held for me, rose to the surface, and I wondered whether their presence was a blessing in disguise. Are you heading to Central?
There are some people requesting my services, so I'm to meet with them today.
It is too hot for that.
Also, I should say
Busy as ever.
I should say Etza's a lady.
Well, they keep having they pronouns, so I wasn't sure.
I think Etza's a lady. I don't remember. It's been a while. Crescence Studios Tumblr is not one that I'm not actively reading.
How dare you?
I'm-
What's the name of the studio? Crescent Studio?
Yes.
Crescent like the moon.
No.
No?
No.
No. Okay. Now I just sit here in silence. So many people rely on Etza. How dare you talk? How dare you groan over me? Would it be okay if I did the same? I'm heading over there as well, actually. Would you like to walk together? As I moved close, I was pulled into the serenity of their presence, and ever so slightly my tension eased.
I'd love to.
We walked together, back on the path Etza had found me. A silence settled over us, and a morning bird song filled the space instead. I considered telling Etza about the strangers. With their gentle presence, I was certain it would be easiest to tell them of all people. And yet, I couldn't. I didn't know where or how to begin.
Is there anything on your mind that I can help you with?
They didn't know the half of it. Still, my words failed me, and my silence continued.
You don't have to respond if you don't feel comfortable.
The air around us felt warmer at their smile. But I couldn't bring myself to return the sentiment. Even if I could talk to Etza about this, I shouldn't take advantage of their kindness. They're already so busy, I can't burden them with my own issues too. But I wanted to. I wanted their comfort, to share everything with them, to take refuge in their presence. But what if I told them and they thought badly of me? That I was weak? Or that it was my fault somehow? My hesitation filled the air. It was heavy and suffocating. Can I trust Etza to give me the safety I need for something so personal? The serenity of their office tugged at the corners of my mind, and I knew my answer. A couple nights ago, my voice caught in my throat, traitorously revealing the distress I'd hidden until now. I desperately gathered my thoughts as I tried to form a coherent sentence. I mean...
Do you have some time before your meeting?
A bit.
There's a nice riverbend nearby. I often go there when I have a lot on my mind. Would you mind accompanying me? I find it's helpful before I start my day.
You're so nice! I like you. I hesitated before nodding. This detour was likely more for me than Etza. But whether it was or wasn't, I knew now that any place by their side would feel safe. Clear, cool currents wash over the smooth gray stones below us. I mustered the courage to tell Etza this was it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
mouth hung open at the sudden question, but they weren't watching me. Their eyes were fixated on the river below. My eyes followed theirs to the flowing stream beneath us. Leaves meandered lazily down the river. Sunlight glistened off the water's surface. The air smelled fresh as the water of the morning dew and river mixed together. My breath and mind slowed as I drank everything in.
I told you before how my office heightens your sense of connection.
I nodded along, entranced by the lightness of their voice as it mixed with the gentle murmur of the river.
But sometimes, because of my job, my office isn't enough to calm me. When that happens, I find myself even more frustrated. When I need the room to work as I intended, it doesn't. It's then that I have to remind myself of what's been sacrificed for us. The dragons of the past, they gave their lives for nature. And when all else fails, it's nature that I find myself returning to.
I'm fine.
Don't die, you're the producer of the show.
Aw, shit. There's no easy way to say this. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with your baby, Etza. I know it's impossible because we just met 5 minutes ago, but you have to know. Yes, I'll marry you. Or any way that wouldn't make this conversation at least a little heavy. But a couple nights ago, it was actually the night before we met, I was attacked by someone. The words caught in my throat. I hurried on, chasing after the words that I now desperately wanted to say. I still don't know who they were or what they wanted from me. Someone saved me that night. But if they hadn't, I think... I turned my body away, slightly out of frustration, slightly out of embarrassment, as I tried to hide my vulnerability. Etza kept their eyes on the river, silently giving me space to process everything, away from someone's watch. I ground my teeth together, my hands clenched, nails digging into my palm. A million emotions shot through me, blurring together and crashing over one another in waves. Anger, helplessness, fear, shame, all intertwined and threatening to overflow. I sighed shakily, letting that be my only release before Etza spoke. Their voice was like the sun after a summer shower, soft and clear.
As a wyvern, I hear a lot, see a lot, about the drakes that others don't. While our world is more peaceful than the past, pain still exists. Many drakes are familiar with the pain of loss, grief, regret. With each story, the first thing they tell me without fail is how they wish they had done more. Trained harder, fought harder, been more aware. Things they should have or could have done, but didn't.
My body wanted to curl in on itself, to turn away and hide from the piercing gaze. But I didn't. Because eclipsing any other feeling I'd been wrestling with before, Etza's gaze brought acceptance, peace, and support.
I won't assume to know what you're feeling. But whatever you're sitting with, I hope you feel your strength the most. The strength of a survivor. Of someone who, despite everything, is still moving forward.
I was only vaguely aware of the tears threatening to spill from my eyes.
It's not fair that you have to carry what happened to you in the first place. I'm sorry that happened to you.
The world was hazy and blurred. My head ached until I was dizzy.
Lean into Etza for support.
Cuddles!
Canoodling.
Before I could stop myself, I stepped forward, collapsing into Etza's chest.
It's all right.
Etza cooed softly, and their slender figure rubbed my back comfortably. Oh, back rubbies!
You're safe now. It's all right.
Otto's crying and farting right now. I'm so stressed. I squeezed my eyes shut, bringing Etza closer. My body moved for me, seeking what I was afraid to ask for. I lost track of how long we stayed like that. But eventually, the sun began to feel hot against my back. The streets came alive with soft murmurs. I unclenched my fists and my butt, smoothing the kinkles. What the fuck is a kinkle? The crinkles that had formed in Etza's robes, shy but mostly comforted by the moment we had shared.
We should get going.
I made a soft noise in agreement, my gaze still on the floor.
Just leaving your gaze everywhere.
Just gaze strewn everywhere. All over the floor, on the ceiling, on the walls. Gaze, 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 gaze.
In the middle distance.
Gaze in the middle distance. It's just like a group of people off like in the middle distance, but you know what the fuck I mean, god damn it.
Autofill?
I jumped at the sound of their voice, at the sudden proximity. Hesitant, I peeked at them through the lowered lashes. Their pristine eyes studied me with kindness, and they murmured,
If there's anything I, or any of us at Central, can do to help, please let me know.
I nodded, still searching for the words to express myself after the whirlwind of emotions.
Shall we head back? I would hate to make you late to your meeting.
Yes. We walked together, making small talk on our way there. The conversation itself was casual, but the pull of their presence was deeper. Rather than be consumed by memories of my encounter, I was left with a comforting warmth in my chest. The warmth remained even after they left, as I headed to my meeting with Kimura. Etsa seemed to think something could be done at our last meeting, but I haven't heard any updates from them beyond that. Kimura's gaze was stern and absolute as I wrapped up my update. While he had been fine during our meeting with the Drakes, this time we were alone. He felt infinitely more intimidating in this setting. Finally, after an eternity, he spoke.
I haven't met with Etsa. We've both been busy, but I trust their discretion. Thank you for all your help. I can't emphasize enough how much we appreciate it.
I tried to hide my surprise. Compared to his stoic demeanor, his words were awfully supportive. The meeting seems to be going well. Maybe I should tell him about the encounters.
Is something the matter? Actually...
Oops. Oh. How dare you make extra noises on my show? I decided to bring up the strangers. What? You did that right in the microphone. You strumpet. It sounded like you were unfastening a zipper. I'm like, the fuck is happening? We just
You've been wearing anything with
I
zipper.
know. That's like, where the fuck is the zipper? Did you just have a zipper in your pocket to use as a Foley effect at any given time?
Sometimes pockets have zippers, so...
Yeah, but her hands were on the table, so there would be no place for her to, like, use a garment zipper. So my mind translated that bitch got a small-ass zipper, and she's unzipping it right in the microphone. To be fair, you would do that. I decided to bring up the strangers. Actually, there is something I wanted to talk about. I told Kimura about the stranger in the shadows and one of the forest. But when I saw the golden-haired one up close, their energy was different.
What do you mean by that?
Well, to put it simply, they didn't have any. I'm still not sure what to make of it all.
I'm sorry to hear so much has happened to you, especially back to back.
Yeah, seriously. What the fuck, am I a protagonist or something? Aw, shit.
Do you have any idea who these people are?
My mind silently answered with what was evidently my new favorite word. Fae. I'm still not sure.
Perhaps this is related to the Overtaken. With the Overtaken crisis escalating, it is possible some Overtaken have evolved into the beings you ran into?
It's not impossible, but is it Kim-possible?
Do.
Alright, before we go any further...
Is it advertisement time?
It is, I need to fucking rest my vocal cords time.
Is it Ashlee go make some tea time?
That sounds an awful lot like effort, and we can't have that in this house.
Oh god, turning on a microwave.
Oh god. And we're back. Hello and welcome
Back.
to Otome.
O'clock.
We're your humble guests. Hosts? Guests? Captives?
Are you okay?
No. I don't language good. Too much reading. No much think. We were continuing our playthrough.
Now, what did you graduate from college with? Summa cum
I don't
laude or
know.
magna cum laude?
I don't know. I think they just handed me a piece of paper and some tassels, and they here, get the fuck out. We're done. We're done with you. Go away.
Yeah.
That's how I treat Ashley. I hand her some tassels and go get the fuck out.
Which is really random. It's like, why do I have these tassels?
You thought they were tassels? There's just those worms on a string.
Ugh! Those
Okay.
puppet worms? Okay.
Yeah.
Focus. Video
Focus.
games.
We've got
Visual
1 hour
novel.
left. Then we can be goofy goobers.
Okay. The gnawing feeling in my stomach only grew stronger. With each passing second, my belief that these creatures were fae solidified. Why am I so hung up on this word? The fuck was that? You...
If you'd like, we could assign a drake to you for protection. It seems you could use it. Especially if this is related to the Overtaken. It could get worse.
I'll take the red one.
I'll take Daruk, the horned one.
Oh, then we can both take one. We don't have to fight over the same one. Protection sounds like a good idea. But the thought of these strangers compelled me. Against all reason, I felt drawn to them. I think I'll be okay for now. No protection needed. If anything changes, I'll be sure to let you know.
If that's all, you're dismissed.
I nodded, turning toward the door, eager to leave. Was that the right choice? Shaking my head, I strode away from Kimura, my mind a mess. I was about to say at ease. It was the opposite of ease. It was a mess. Gaze everywhere. Unable to relinquish thoughts of Faye, I stood in the library at Central. This is a good place to start, if it has any.
There are so many plants. Those books would be so moist.
My steps reverberated off the dark mahogany floor as I walked toward the main desk, hoping the Hydra could assist me. Hydra? Different from other branches of Central, the Hydra is a lone position. They are in charge of maintaining the library, disseminating information, and are considered the most knowledgeable figure in Central.
I like how the Hydra, a multi-headed beast in mythology, is the only single person in this department.
Love it.
I mean, I guess the Hydra could have started with one head.
Books line the walls, the rich colors peeking through the lush greenery of ivory and moss. The smell of paper and ink filled the air as warm sunlight washed over the room. The absolute worst conditions for books.
Well, maybe they're magically protected.
Yeah. Maybe the books are made of living paper.
They could be made of vellum.
Is that skin?
Vellum is lamb skin, if I'm not mistaken.
Vera came in. Book! Or she's book.
Book.
Finally, I reached the desk but stopped short at the sight before me. Is it our Fenrir? Fenrir? Cute, pale blue-haired boy?
Or cutie patootie.
Is that? Ah! Turquoise eyes found mine, mirroring my surprise.
Ah, it's you.
His lips parted, but no further noise left him. Silence settled between us. Say something. You've already been on a date together. Don't freeze up now.
Was it a date?
I didn't expect to see you, Fenrir. You were at the library?
I'm the Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
I mean, oh, hell that Hydra.
Otto is in full gay panic. We are at Gay Panic DEFCON 1. You are?
You don't need to sound so surprised. And this is the library. Please keep your voice down.
Sorry. It's just, if I knew, I would have dropped by earlier to at least thank you.
Sorry, it didn't really come up.
He shuffled his feet, but didn't make another sound. He's quieter than he was on our date.
Yeah, 'cause you're not on a date right now. You're in the library.
He's working, babe.
So did you come here for something?
That's when Otto leans on the counter and says, well, I'd like to check something out.
And Fenrir's just like, you can only check out books here. You can't check out people.
What if I don't think you're a people? Wait, that came out wrong. No, I didn't say that. Right. Well, should I mention the fate of him?
He's the librarian.
Fenrir saved me from one of the strangers I'm trying to investigate. I don't want him to connect the dots. No, that's ridiculous. How could he possibly come to that kind of conclusion? Chest tech normal. I heard a term recently, and I've never heard of it before, so I wanted to learn more about it here at the library.
Unfortunately, Alaris does not have Google, though it does have cell phones.
Fine.
Okay, a lot of people come to the library for that. What's the term?
It was Faye?
Faye. I just hear a Rolodex. A Rolodex.
Fenrir searched through the catalog in front of him, repeating the word to himself.
I believe I've heard of it. I can't remember where. Give me a second. You can look around if you want. When I find it, I'll let you know.
Should I go and explore or stay and wait?
Stay and wait.
Yeah. It's alright. I don't mind waiting. Besides, I wouldn't know where to start. Fenrir watched me for a moment before nodding in understanding.
Hold on, it shouldn't take too long.
Alone, I turned to admire the library once again. His soft voice filled the air as he muttered to himself. A quiet librarian who keeps to himself during the day, but saves people by night? Ooh, it's like a nerdy Sailor Moon. I smiled at the thought, dismissing the ridiculous image of Fenrir as a vigilante.
I think I found it.
Really?
Calm down. We haven't learned anything about the Fae yet. Don't get too excited. Follow me. It should be towards the back.
Fenrir guided me through the library. Never-ending shelves towered around us. So this is my secret savior's natural habitat. I reflected on the night I was attacked as I compared the Fenrir in front of me to the Fenrir from back then.
Do you need help getting anywhere? I can walk with you if you want.
I think I'm okay. Thank you, though. I smiled, trying my best to convey my gratitude.
If you're close by, I guess that's alright then. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, so...
He shifted his weight, as if unsure. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. That guy seemed pretty shaken up. I don't think you'll be seeing him anytime soon.
If you think you'll be okay, I'll go. Here, my communicator information in case you need it.
His name appeared on my screen, glowing black at me. Fenrir. Line.
I hope you get to where you're going safely. Autofill?
Fenrir's voice snapping back to Central.
This area of the library is your best bet if you want to look into anything Fae related.
Oh, thank you. Expansive shelves and an impossible number of books stared back at me. How am I going to get through all of this?
I don't have much knowledge about Fae, but usually they're in ancient children's books. Obviously, I haven't read everything. This might be the best place to start, since I'm sure I've seen that word here.
He was quiet before, but he seems more talkative now. So I guess books are the secret. Well, that or a date. I smiled, endeared by how much more talkative he was when he was in his element. You know your way around here.
Well, it is my job.
True, but it is a huge library. Oh, look at the blushies.
Fairy that tells falsehoods?
It's a compliment, Fenrir. You can just accept it, you know.
Thank you. What made you want to read about the Fae?
The question I knew he'd eventually ask. Keep it natural. My mom mentioned them to me. I'd never heard of them before. So I wanted to read more about them. Simple as that. I'm a pretty curious person, so... Fenrir nodded with a smile, as if he found kinship in those words. We're getting married.
We're getting married. From what I've been able to gather, Fae are usually small, little creatures. Sometimes they look like people, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're whimsical, sometimes they're mischievous. Sometimes they trick people, sometimes they help them. It's strange. I can't tell if they're supposed to be good or bad.
For saying he only had encountered the word a couple of times, he was more knowledgeable than I would have expected. This isn't even his area of expertise, and he can summon that information so easily? Wow, your title as Hydra is well deserved. Fenrir made a soft noise. Strands of blue hair fell forward, shielding his face as he refocused his attention on the books. I took that as a sign to start researching and turned my own attention to the intimidating piles of books before me. So many to choose from. Some hundreds of years old, free for me to peruse. There has to be something here about Fae. I love books, but I have to search for one thing, and I have a massive pile and no idea where to start. I will cry.
And that's why researcher is a job.
Every so often, my eyes wandered to Fenrir. He silently and expertly moved from shelf to shelf. His nimble fingers ran over worn, weathered spines with gentle consideration. Soon, I was engulfed in my own search as I filtered through the shelf after shelf, hunting for the first mention of Fae. Words compelled me, urged on by any clue on Fae. Nothing here. I took a step back from the shelf. Maybe somewhere else?
Autofill?
Fenrir's voice snapped me out of my trance. Yeah. I turned to Fenrir. Heart rate quickened as my eyes hungrily found a small stack of books in his hands. Forcing myself still, I patiently awaited the fruits of his labor. Looks like he said before, they seem to be mostly children's stories.
Autofill.
Fenrir's voice called for me, this time more urgently. With great reluctance, I pried my gaze from the small pile and towards Fenrir. What is it?
About the other night.
My heart stopped. Why was he bringing up the other night? Did he really connect that night to why I'm looking into the Fae? How is that possible? I tried to do something, anything that would stop him from asking whether they were related.
Thank him tremendously for saving you.
Oh, Hebe's just so flustered. It's like, oh God, why are you throwing so much emotion at me? Oh yeah, thank you so much for back then, Fenrir. I really don't know what would have happened if you hadn't showed up. I can't thank you enough. I stepped forward and took his hands in my own. Oh God, that's really close. Fenrir stammered as I beamed at him.
Well...
Fenrir retreated, placing distance between us before addressing me once again.
It's not a problem.
He mumbled softly. My stomach twisted as I knowingly made this more difficult for him. But if he asked me whether I thought Fae were real or why I thought they were real, I didn't know what to say.
By the way,
Thank you for helping me today, too! I stepped closer, carefully this time, so as not to make him uncomfortable. Unsure where to place my hands, I placed them on the books he had set down. He leaned away as he watched me pensively. He's like a cat.
He's just like...
It's like, stop moving so close, so quickly. God. I mean it. You didn't have to do any of it, but you did. I appreciate it. All of it.
It's all right.
I pursed my lips together as I absent-mindedly traced circles over the books with my fingers. My voice was stuck in my throat, not wanting to interrupt him again, but also not wanting to answer his questions. My eyes wandered over the book under my hands. The letters faded into the cover, the spine creased and textured, all signs of its old age. Carefully picking it up, I took a seat and flipped through the pages. Fenrir approached me cautiously. His eyes were focused on the book in my hands. There once was a woman who yearned for nothing more than a child. But the universe was unable to grant her this simple wish, and so, taking her fate in her own hands, the woman sought advice from a witch. The witch, empathetic to the woman's venture, bestowed upon her barley to remedy her trouble. Go home and plant this, the witch instructed the woman. Desperate for the gift of life, the woman heeded the witch and planted the barley. And that night the woman slept, dreaming of a miracle. But when she woke, the barley had remained barley. Weeks passed, with no sign of a child. Nonetheless, the woman continued to tend the barley, given to her by the witch. Until one day, a tiny girl sprouted from the barley, no larger than the length of one's finger.
Thumbelina!
A tiny girl? Is this the Fae? From what I remember, she's just born that way. I believe the Fae is mentioned later. It's only at the end. Oh, I just totally read over your line.
It's not much, but at least it's mentioned.
Fenrir leaned towards me and cleared his throat, motioning for me to hand him the book. When I did, his fingers moved deftly, seemingly gliding over the pages as he turned them with care.
It should be around here.
Finally, he stopped and returned the book to me, his hands brushed against mine, his fingers flinched.
Near the bottom.
Finally reaching the safety of an open field, the tiny woman and the swallow rejoiced. Their happiness was immeasurable, but the woman, now eager for the full embrace of freedom, left the swallow to explore the never-ending field of flowers. For some time, the minuscule woman wandered, until she happened upon another like-sized person. Excited at the prospect of meeting a same-sized companion, she approached the stranger. But when they turned, she found herself in awe at his beauty. "Ah, I don't believe we met. Where do you come from, Faye?" the small man inquired. Faye? My eyes consumed the text, chasing after the shadow of the word that had eluded me until now. Faye, what's a Faye? She asked, now curious of this new word. Surprised she did not know her, he responded. Fae can be many things. They can be small or big. They can look like you and me, or like other creatures. And Fae have many responsibilities. Some of us tend to the cycle of seasons. Some of us help grant wishes. I look over the flowers in the field. The woman looked around at the myriad of flowers blooming, a sea of colors and textures billowing in the wind. You did this? She asked in wonder, to which the flower Fae nodded. I don't know much about the Fae. I'm just a human, as is my mother. But I've never met another the same size as me, the small woman informed him. She found herself taking a liking to the small man before her, feeling a kinship she'd never felt before. That sounds lonely, doesn't it? The flower Fae asked. The woman paused, never considering how lonely it had been before meeting another like her. If you want, I can take you with me. We can take care of the flowers together, and maybe you won't feel as lonely anymore. The woman liked this idea very much and agreed excitedly. With a wave of his hands, the Fae bestowed upon her a pair of wings, as well as a new life of adventure for the two of them.
Thumbelina.
Is that how Thumbelina ended? She turned into a fairy?
That is basically the entire story of Thumbelina, yes.
Nice. I stared at the book. My eyes suddenly felt tired, my shoulders slumped. They did mention Fae, but why did it feel so unsatisfying? I drummed my fingers against the book, trying to piece the puzzle together. Maybe this is Fae, but a small flower creature is definitely not what I ran into a couple nights ago.
No, I think he was a tad larger.
Mm-hmm.
Is this not what you were looking for?
I straightened, and mustering the best smile I could, I flashed what I hoped was a grateful smile. And while it was genuine, I couldn't deny my disappointment at where our search had ended.
You're frustrated.
It wasn't a question, but a statement. A conclusion based on my feeble attempt of hiding my true feelings. I sighed and dropped the act. A little. I was just hoping for something a bit more informative than this.
Is there anything in particular you wanted to find?
Anything in particular? I'm not sure, to be honest. I guess just something more than a brief mention of Fae? Something to describe them? Something to confirm their existence? A group of voices interrupted us, approaching from the right. A voice, smooth and silvery in tone, rang out louder than the rest, followed by a familiar figure that emerged from the shelves. Kane? Their golden eyes stared back in surprise before settling back to their usual demure expression.
You know them?
Yeah, we met a couple days ago. They're the reason I'm working with Central right now.
You work here? Veneer, autofill. I didn't expect to see the two of you here.
Kane, you really didn't expect to see the fucking Hydra in his library? Are you dumb? Never mind, you are. Who am I kidding?
You're in the library. I'm the librarian. Yes, well, while that's true, it's rare to see you leave your front desk, Veneer. This must be quite the request for you to be searching amongst the books yourself. I leave my front desk.
Oh, bless his little tiny heart. You know what I want? I want a little Veneer, little plush that I can put in my pocket. And then you can bring him out when you're having a hard time studying. And he'll just look up at you. It'll be like one of those squishables.
Yeah.
Like little round plushies.
Yeah.
And it's just like... have his neutral expression. It's my first time in the library, and I was looking for something that was a bit obscure. So Veneer decided to help me. Veneer shifted closer to me, the slightest smile crossing his lips at my attempt to defend him. Otto's quickly becoming his favorite person.
Veneer gets that quite often, though, and never makes a move past his desk. Do you two perhaps know each other?
Yes, we're married.
No. Yeah.
Yes. Veneer's fingers found my hidden from Kane's view. I suppressed my surprise at the sudden contact. Veneer. Or is it just like Kane's gonna be like, ooh?
We hit second base.
Go shit. Next is marriage. He gently squeezed my hand and I struggled to make sense of it. Oh, it's scandalous, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh.
Third base is marriage. A home run is admitting our feelings to each other.
Maybe I should just play along?
So you've met Veneer, but Veneer hasn't met you. Am I hearing that correctly?
Kane's playful tone only made Veneer's body feel more tense. We've met in passing once, but we don't know each other beyond that. I chose to take the lead, hoping it would clear things up in a way that wasn't suspicious to Kane. Kane observed us, scanning both mine and Veneer's faces as though the truth were etched on them. I can imagine him just like getting up on their business like,
Pops up behind him like, they're holding hands.
Marriage.
Is that so? What a coincidence you've run into each other again. Well, you both seemed quite busy before we rudely walked in, so please excuse us. We're just passing through.
Kane continued to pass us, but not before pausing beside Veneer and whispering something low in his ear. Don't you pick on him! What are they talking about? My eyes swept over Veneer, searching for a hint of what Kane had uttered to him. But there was only a soft blush and slightly irritated look on Veneer's face.
You know Kane was like, go get him, Tiger.
Like, shut the fuck up, Kane. I hate you.
Whew.
Did I dare ask Veneer about Kane? No, just as I have my secrets, Veneer surely has his.
Autofill. Don't tell anyone about the other night if you can.
My brows rose at the sudden request.
I'm not supposed to be using my powers like that. I could get in a lot of trouble if anyone finds out.
I was caught up... Oh, sorry.
I was caught up in the moment and didn't know what else to do, but please keep it between us.
It finally clicked why Kane mentioned to Fenrir, the denial of our meeting, what Fenrir had been trying to tell me before. Is that what Kane whispered to you?
Yes, they're annoyingly perceptive. They said they wouldn't tell anyone, but that I should be careful. I'm trusting you with this.
Oh, squishable face. His words were genuine, no hidden threats or demands for silence. I nodded, taking it all in. Satisfied, he led us back to the front of the library.
If you want to take those books with you, I can check you out at the front.
I can check you out right here. Oh, you meant the books. Okay. Still reflecting on what Fenrir had revealed to me, my mind flickered back to when he had saved me, as I considered the true depth of Fenrir's actions. Not only did he save me, but he also put himself at risk in order to do so. Why is his use of power so restricted? Who's keeping them in check? Central? I shook my head, already feeling overwhelmed by my own unanswered questions about Faye. This was not something I needed to dwell on. But I was certain about one thing. Thank you for everything. Silence was his only response as he continued to make his way to the front of the library. But when I looked closely, the tips of his ears were dappled in a familiar rosy hue. A small smile fell on my lips as we continued to weave through the maze of shelves in comfortable silence. As I headed home, I realized I had some free time on my hands. It's been a while since I've been able to take some time for myself. Maybe I should do something? Really quick, I want to check affection level.
Okay,
Fenrir's doing great.
Fenrir's doing great. Let's scroll up a bit. Daruk's not bad. Etza's not bad. We still haven't met Asa.
Yeah, we're doing great with Asa.
But yeah, Etza's our second behind Fenrir. So who do you want to hang out with?
Have we met Kuna?
Yes. You can't hang out with them yet.
Okay. Which one is Kuna?
Do you remember earlier before the game I told you that one of the romance interests will try to kidnap you?
The guy kicked in the balls. Yeah, no wonder we're at 8%. Fuck that guy. Who's Etza again? Oh, Etza's the angel.
The angle.
The angle. Well, you know what? Let's hang out with Daruk.
Daruk.
But first, drop a save.
First, drop a save. Flower field? I don't know. Riverbank for me has usually been... Okay, Cafe for me has been Kane. River for when I've played this has been Fenrir. But I also got Kane once in the flower field.
Yeah, but Fenrir we also got in the market the first time.
Yeah. I feel like market could be Daruk. But if it's Fenrir again, that wouldn't be bad.
Can we choose who we hang out with?
No, it's random.
Do you want to do Flower Field?
Yeah, sure, let's do flower field.
Come to think of it, Mom said she's hosting another flower festival. Maybe I'll drop by to support her. Oh, should I invite anyone?
Oh, that's right, we can choose.
I told you!
Shush! Who do we want to go with?
Druk.
Okay.
We're gonna make the redhead wait a little longer. He needs to absorb that rejection.
Yeah. Hello?
I guess he's not interested. Oh, maybe I hit spacebar?
Hello?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Druk. Hi, Druk. Battlefield?
Hello?
What's up?
I had some free time. I wanted to see if you wanted to hang out.
Oh,
Oh. If you're busy or don't want to, you don't have to.
yeah.
Fuck.
I'm kinda tied up with something.
Care for some company?
I don't think I'll be able to make it, sorry. Maybe next time.
Oh. That's alright. I understand. Fucking rejected. Oh, well, guess I'm on my own for the day.
Actually, we can just go back to the save we just dropped. And see if perhaps Fenrir would like to go to the flowers.
And this is why you drop a save.
Flowers. You know what? Maybe Fenrir will go with us. Daruk. Or maybe Daruk just doesn't like flowers. That is also a possibility.
This is true.
We find out Daruk is fucking allergic to flowers.
Oh, Fenrir's calling me. Fenrir just knows.
Autofill?
Fenrir? Did you need something? Sorry.
No, not quite.
Fenrir mumbled incoherently into the phone. What? Fenrir? He broke his silence with a sigh.
Are you doing anything right now?
Oh, no, I'm free. What's up?
Would you like to do something? Like, together?
Yes, I'll marry you. I mean, date. Yeah, we can. What did you have in mind?
I can message you. I'll see you soon.
Lush flowers adorn the forest floor, a sea of color that extends into the horizon. Oh, Fenrir's gonna meet our mom! But the one color missing from the scene was a familiar head of aqua hair. Fenrir said he was here already, but where is he?
He's laying in the flowers.
His head poking up. I sent him a quick message before searching amongst the overflowing florals. Vines hung from the trees above, decorated by flowers of varying colors. The festival looks beautiful today. Mom really... Oh! Ah! My foot caught on something and I tripped. When I looked over, I realized with horror... Fenrir? Crouched on the forest floor was Fenrir, whom had evidently kicked during my search. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was my fault.
What are you doing on the floor?
Well, while I was waiting for you, I noticed the flowers here in the underbrush. Look.
He pointed to the wildflowers that stretched below us before flattening one with his index finger. The wildflower sank to the ground momentarily before blossoming back as if it had never been touched.
They popped back up.
I love how much he loves flowers and wants to share them with us. Fenrir's eyes were fixed on the floor in wonder. I smiled, remembering how awestruck I also was when Mom first showed this to me. It's cool, right? Oh, my bad. Fenrir nodded and ran his fingers over the underbrush again, watching the wildflowers pop back up each time. That is pretty cool.
I like your mom's power.
Fenrir watched the flowers with lowered lashes. A calm seemed to wash over him as petals, carried by the breeze, lazily drifted around us.
We should see the rest of the field.
We can stay here if you want.
It's okay. I got my fill.
No.
My autofill.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Fenrir pressed on the flowers once more before releasing it, watching it blossom one last time. He stood and offered his hand to me. I thanked him under my breath as I stood. After you. We walked in tandem through the field, flowers framing our vision, then the delicate floral underbrush softening our steps. Sunlight dappled our skin. The fragrance of lavender and other wildflowers floated in the air.
It's pretty.
He was right. Mom had outdone herself today. Oh, look at that flower. Sage green energy drifted around a pale pink azalea. It reminded me of Mom. Hold on, Fenrir.
What is it?
Do you mind if I collect some flowers for a bouquet? I usually give one to my mom when she holds one of these. He nodded, and after I plucked the azalea, I handed it to Fenrir. Together, we ventured through the rest of the field, stopping every so often to add another flower to our growing collection. All right, I think that's good. Now for the final touch. The bouquet glowed as I channeled my energy into it, eventually gaining a smooth sheen. Okay, they should preserve nicely now. What was that? Oh, sorry. Listen.
What was that?
Just a little bit of my energy. It makes the flowers last longer.
Oh.
Fenrir stared at the bouquet, his brows wrinkling slightly.
Can you do that with any flowers?
Oh, he wants a wildflower to go bouncy bounce. I can. Why? He pulled a bundle of wildflowers from his sack. The same ones he decorated the 4th floor. When did he even collect those?
Then could you do it for these?
They're like his little fidget toys. I smiled as I took the flowers from him. I had no idea he liked the flowers as much as he did. Of course I can. I held my hand above his bouquet. The familiar, cool sensation of my energy tingled at my fingertips. There.
Wow.
He reached out, eyes bright, and pressed one of the petals between his fingers. As he pulled his fingers away, the flower popped back up as if it never touched it. Dude.
Thank you, autofill.
Anytime, Veneer. Together we explored the rest of the field, each holding our small bouquet in our hands. The chill night air settled in. Shadows cast by the town lights danced around me. The sun left, and with it fear edged its way so easily back into my mind. I pulled my bag closer, closed my eyes, and slowly exhaled. Don't tell me I'm afraid of the dark now. Well, with all my recent nightly encounters, it wasn't hard to see why. Something moved in the shadows. But there was nothing there. I shook my head, trying to ignore the rising fear that was clouding my mind. A growing shadow, a figure, followed me. I turned again. Nothing. My heart pounded in my chest. My face began to feel numb. Breathe. Again, I pulled my bag even closer to me as if it could shield me from the darkness. Was I hearing things or just being paranoid? The hairs on my arms stood up. A familiar sinking feeling made its way up the pit of my stomach. I pulled my communicator out. It shook in my hands as I considered who to call. Maybe I should call...
We didn't drop a save before this. I would call Daruk, but... Oh.
But before I could dial, I heard it. Fuck! The low, velvety voice that haunted the dark corners of my mind.
Looking for me?
Bitch, I might be.
I'm gonna twist your balls off, bitch. Yandari ass-looking motherfucker. Before me, emerging from the shadows themselves, was the stranger who had attacked me. My thoughts sounded distant, smothered by dread. My body trembled, flooded with fear. How was this happening again? But this time, I wouldn't let it end the same way. Latching onto something, anything that could snap me out of it, I summoned my voice, forcing myself to ask him the first question that came to my mind. Straight up ask him.
Straight up ask him.
Are you Faye? My voice rang out clearly and without hesitation. Focus grabbed hold of my body as it did.
Now, where did you learn that word, little one?
I stepped back, muscles tense, ready to bolt away at a moment's notice. I won't let him get close to me this time, I swear it. Their eyes wandered up and down, and I thought they would pounce, move faster than me with those inhuman reflexes. But instead, he leaned back, throwing his hands up in surrender.
Relax. I won't harm you this time.
I'm going to harvest your balls. This time.
I've received feedback that my approach last time was a bit... rough.
You fucking think, pal? A bit rough, you basically manhandled me. They paused, brow raised in surprise, before they chuckled, a deep, slow, nonchalant noise. Did I say that out loud?
All right. I apologize. I didn't know what to do at the time. I'm a bit new to this.
They sent out the world's worst ambassador.
Okay, step one. Don't fucking assault people at night.
I hope you'll forgive me.
I won't, don't worry. They cocked their head, eyelids lowered, watching me like how a wolf might its prey. My stomach twisted into knots, and yet I ventured further. I wanted answers. Not going to answer my question?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. Are you going to run away now that I've refused to answer?
My blood pounded against my temples, making it hard to think, to focus. He chuckled again, abused by my silence.
I already told you. I won't go near you.
Then why are you still fucking here?
If you want to run away, run away.
That's when you pull out a desert eagle and blew a hole in his chest. They can't be serious, right? I'd be stupid to believe them. Still, I could run, get a head start, see if their words are worth anything. Why wasn't I? I stayed rooted to my spot. What are you at liberty to say then? They grinned, satisfied, almost excited. Something dark and dangerous flashed in their eyes.
Not much if I'm honest. What do you see when you look at me?
An asshole.
What is that supposed to mean? What does it mean indeed? The gift of sight, something many believe holds a universal truth, when in fact this is hardly the case. Color, distance, clarity, all are perceived differently between individuals. This holds especially true for you, does it not? You with the ability to see energy? Tell me, Autofill, with a gift so extensive, how do you differentiate between what others see and what you're able to? Do you know how to? You do? Extraordinary. I'm curious. Would you indulge me with a demonstration?
Daruk? I don't fucking know.
The object of your affection, perhaps?
One of them. We have a few.
I jest. It's not for me to know. So, when you wish to see the world with a new lens, what is your process? You press Q? I'm unaware of what that is. Oh, pressing Q reveals energy. Perhaps it's something only you can access as the seer of energy. And to see the world as others do, what is your process? You press W?
Off and on and off and on.
I regret to say this is again an unfamiliar concept to me. Q. W. Fascinating. Game mechanics. Not only do you possess the gift of refined sight, but you also possess the ability to turn it on and off as you see fit. I wonder, is this the answer the silver-haired one seeks?
What do you see when you look at me?
Q.
I'm queuing. Nothing. It has to do with energy. Yeah, I know. I'm hitting Q. Wait. Realization hit and I cursed myself for taking so long to notice. You have no energy. Those motherfuckers. All the way through a tutorial.
So they were right about you.
They? Right about what?
That's all I can say. Sorry, little one.
The apology was an afterthought, ingenuine, but my mind raced past it, no time to reflect. They had no energy, just like the golden-haired stranger. Their lack of energy was no coincidence. This man was telling me to notice it. He knew he had no energy. Because he was a being that existed outside of the laws of our realm. He was a creature that defied logic. The word that had eluded me all day tugged at my mind, forcing my attention. Fae. There was nothing else it could be. This wasn't an evolved overtaken. I knew this in my gut. Fae were real. And not only are they real, but I'm talking to one in the flesh. Sassy?
Yes.
So a real Fae wants something from me. What an honor. I baited them, testing my theory just to see how they would react. His eyes flashed dangerously, in amusement or anger, or both. I held back my smile as I watched his reaction, satisfied.
You know, many would consider it impolite to ask so many questions without answering any yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, pal. And what exactly would you want to ask me? He paused, staring at me with an inscrutable expression.
Why are you a healer?
I spoke before I had even formed a complete answer. Being a healer lets you meet different types of people. My patients tell me about their stories, their lives, and in exchange I get to help them. Every day I learn something new. For me, becoming a healer has always been an easy choice. I wasn't sure if my response was what he was looking for, but it was the truth, and I didn't want to pretend like it wasn't. His amethyst eyes regarded me, glimmering with an emotion that was difficult to decipher. Interest? Disappointment? Satisfaction? Does that suffice as an answer?
It does. And now that I've answered your questions, I'd like to ask another one.
What?
How do you decide who to heal?
I had let my guard down. They're more talkative, but that doesn't mean they're going to relinquish these answers freely. I answered, vowing to be more careful after the harsh reminder that this man was not on my side. I don't. A simple response. Two could play at that game.
You're annoyed.
It was a statement, with no room for questions, now that I knew I could play the same card.
Come now. I was just playing earlier. Give me your true response, and now return the favor.
Ugh. His voice swirled around us, lingering in the air, toying with my mind, as if his words were caressing me, urging me to respond and give him what he wanted. I grit my teeth, struggled to fight back. I help whoever needs it. If someone asks me for help, I help them. It's as simple as that. So I don't decide who to heal. I heal everyone. My body relaxed upon answering, as if freed from a stranger's shadowy clutches. I glared, angry that they had still gotten the answers they sought, while I still had nothing. What was that just now? Did I seriously just waste another question?
I really shouldn't answer that. But since you've been so good tonight, I'll reward you.
I'm gonna stab you.
That was one of my powers. Though, if I'm being honest, you shouldn't have been able to sense it so easily. Your awareness of dragon energy must be quite thorough.
Dragon energy?
I mean, it makes sense. Humans got their magic from dragons.
Yeah, that was one of their powers, but my ability to sense energy helped me?
I must say, this has been quite interesting. I have to thank you for entertaining me tonight. But I regret to say our time for tonight draws near. Until next time.
Go away, you smell. Ugh. Wait! I wanted to kick you. Night itself seemed to engulf them as their silhouette disappeared before me. My thoughts raced through the answers that they'd given me, the questions that remained. Where did he go? Out of the corner of my eye, the air seemed to shimmer. Whether it was the trick of the light, the moonlight, or something else, I didn't give myself time to ponder. I read about you at the library, about Faye. Nothing there matches anything about you. What? My lips parted, but the words I was searching for failed to reach my tongue. What are you? What are Faye? What do you want from me? A million questions raged through my mind, but I knew deep down I wouldn't be getting the answers to any of them.
The library?
His voice whispered through the shadows.
I don't think you'll find much about me in that stuffy little place. If you want to know more about me, all you need to do is ask.
His deep voice purred in my ear and something caressed the tips of my cheek. I whirled around. But where I had earlier felt his presence, I was now met with nothing and knew he was finally gone. A glimmer caught my eye. Small particles floated in the air like starlight. Just like the other night. So that was from him as well. I sighed, bringing my head to my temple. Turning towards home, I felt overwhelmed. My mind and body reeled from all the answers or lack of, and these new mixed feelings toward the stranger. My feelings ain't mixed. Fuck that bitch.
I think it's more curiosity and
Murder.
what if I stabbed him? Oh, wait. Did you control yourself this time, Kuna? Yes, and you were right. They responded much more positively this time than last time. I can't believe you manhandled them. Actually, I can believe it. Perhaps you've forgotten Killam, but it's dangerous for us to be seen. At the time, I didn't think I had a choice. Well, we're lucky they were willing to even give you a chance given your previous behavior. Ahem. So did you end up learning anything this time, Kuna? They'll be able to help us, I'm sure of it. And based on tonight, I think there is a way to convince them.
This guy's a fucking trash person. I don't like them.
He's a
It's
dick.
like, I was nice to them. Like, they gave me all kinds of answers. Yeah, under duress.
So he's a dick, but he's one of those, he's a dick, but he has a reason for doing what he's doing.
Okay, and
Not that that excuses him. But
he's
like,
still getting a twink on the ball. He's still getting a flick, a ball flick. At the very least.
Medina?
Funky Cole Medina.
Apologies, I never thought a day like this would arrive. Agreed. I was surprised as well. We could all use this, even if it's just for the sake of hope. Continue observing them until it's time. We need to be careful now, otherwise everything could backfire. And yet, you sent the one motherfucker. Understood. Make sure you don't scare them off again. Be good.
I love it's in wavy text.
Don't worry. You have nothing to worry about.
We have everything to worry about. Your name is Kuna.
Okay, and I think this is a good place
This is
to
a good
end it
place
for
to
now.
stop. Yes. I will click. All right, we'll just leave it hang there for a minute.
Yeah. And then drop a save. Because we haven't saved in a little bit.
To be fair, it was only like 20 minutes ago since we saved. We were really.
But there was a lot of shit in that 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was a jam-packed. I was thinking like, all right, cool. We'll like detox. Like, we're gonna finish the day. It's really cute. We can end it there, or I could almost be assaulted again. That could also happen. Fuck.
He didn't touch you with his fingies. He touched you with his magic.
Just as bad. So that's going to conclude this episode of Otome O'clock.
And the first part of Alaris.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel like next time we play this, we will end a little early. I think instead of playing another game, when we end early, I think we'll just call it for that night.
Unless it's like, oh, we finish in half an hour. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
unless
Jesus
we finish
Christ.
it before like 7 o'clock.
Yeah. So you can expect this episode to go up on the YouTubes a week from now.
Yes, next
That is the
Tuesday.
plan. Hopefully that remains to be the plan.
And by next Tuesday, by tomorrow, we'll have the new Geeked Out Blue Sky up.
Mm-hmm. So make sure to follow us on Blue Sky. You can follow my Ashlee A button, Blue Sky, and we'll have links to new Geeked Out one. So if you have any suggestions on other Otome titles we can play, other visual novels that you enjoy, or you just want to say, hey, we think you guys are pretty fucking funny, thumbs up emoji, that's cool too. I don't give a shit.
Preferably Otome games we can play on PC because we don't have a Switch.
Yeah, they'd be PC only games. So, I have no problem playing like popular titles, but I do like showing love to indie developers.
Yeah.
Because indie games rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next Tuesday is not going to be an Otome O'clock stream. I might get
No.
off my ass and start streaming other indie games.
Well, we're hoping maybe tomorrow we're going to do a test stream possibly of Stardew Valley.
Yeah, we're going to see how that goes. That could be fun. It's going to be a testing to see if Megan's internet and Discord can get along with also playing a video game at the same time.
Yeah.
So it could be a nightmare. It could be flawless. We'll never know. Well, we won't know until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay. Make sure to follow us on Discord. We will fire off a blast when we're about to go live. So you can stay tuned for that because it's a test stream. I'm not going to add it to the permanent schedule.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to like redo the whole fucking thing because the only thing we really have majorly on the permanent schedule is Otome O'Clock, and we're waiting to hear back from Gary about more tabletop goodness. And we're going to be with Gary from Roll With Us GMs or DMs. He is running a 2nd edition AD Advanced Dungeons and Dragons tabletop for us.
With my 15 HP wizard.
That's at level 7, 15 HP wizard. Get it? Don't forget that part.
I rolled 4 ones.
The Hidden Shrine of
Tomoakin?
Yeah, Tomoakin. Hidden Shrine of Tomoakin.
Poison, poison, poison.
Yeah, it's a dungeon full of poison, so we are rapidly losing health and do not have a lot of it. Or a lot of spells.
I just have healing magic being pumped into me constantly.
Yeah. And Liam in his tiny hut to help us regain. You get regain 1 hit point per long rest. 1! Pushing all your spell slots back, so you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned. Keep in touch with us on socials. Discord is the best way to get in touch with us. We are always looking for more indie games. Megan can't be everywhere on Tumblr.
Yeah.
I
have a list on Itch.io, but we are rapidly going through it.
Really? How many do you have left?
Ooh, I gotta check.
That being said, I'm gonna end the night because it's hot as hell in the studio.
We've got so much electronics running.
Oh my god. So, I have been Ashlee of the A Button.
I have been Megahan.
And
this has been
Geeked Out.
Otome O'clock.
Because I just went to full Geeked Out mode. This has been Otome O'clock on the channel known as Geeked Out. And we will see you people some other time in the future.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully, maybe tomorrow, maybe the week after next.
Something like that.
Next week?
I'm frantically clicking buttons right now. Yep. Okay. This is us leaving. Y'all have a good night. And goodbye.